you can create a new form from the scratch. So again, we have certain templates over here. So these are all predefined and universally applicable for any type of business. You can use these forms and you can create your process, or like if you feel that my process is completely unique and it's completely customizable, so you can just go ahead and create your own form from the scratch. So you have to give a form name, and again, in order to avoid confusion, I'm just adding it as webinar form. And if you want to give a description for this form, how it's going, as a small description, you can give a description for the form. And the most important feature over here is, if you want to make this form as a public form, you can also make it as a public form. So public form is nothing but like, you can create a form, and you can create a form as a public form, and you can share that particular form's link to any users, or like you can also attach the form to your website or any third-party application which you use. So whenever the user from your end enters the form and submits the data, automatically it comes into our system to the respective workflow which we have created, and then the data will go through the process whatever we have created. So let me close this, and I'm just going to create a public form. I'm just going to enable public form. I'm just going to create a new public form so you can understand how it works, and I can also show you that. Again, I'm making it as a webinar form. Next. Okay, so this controls will help you to create a public form as per your need. So over here, you can see text fields, choices, date and time, contact info, other multiple controls over here. So this controls will help you to create a proper form as per your need. So now I'm just going to give a heading for this form. Just drag and drop a heading over here, and you can give a label as webinar form. So that's the heading. And if you want to give a label size, pixels, what type of style you want, whether if it is Times New Roman, Arial, or Lucida Console, you can give it. I'm just going to choose Times New Roman. Label size will be 20 pixels. Label alignment, I'm just going to make it a center. Label color, I'm just going to give us my favorite color. And if you want to add some style over here, you can give a simple CSS commands, which helps you to design your own forms over here. And save it. Yes, it's created as a webinar form. I have to do it as just to make sure that it comes in uppercase. And if you want to add a text field, just drag and drop a text field, and you can choose like what type of text field you want. You can delete it anytime, whenever you want, because I'm just going to have a text field over here, and I'm just going to give it name as customer name. That's the label. And data type will be string or float or long, based on the data which you need. You can add it. I'm just adding a string. And if you want to give a maximum length or minimum length, whatever it is, and you can also validate this particular form as per your need, like whether it is editable or when it is editable. You can give a complete detail for this particular text field which you have created, and you can resize it as per your need whenever it is needed. And I'm just going to add another text field over here. Okay. Email address. Okay. We have an option called as email address. So you're not supposed to use a text field over here. I'm just adding a new section. I'm adding an email control, email address. Form pretty much better on this end, resizing it as per the previous control which I've added. And if you want to add any other controls, you can just go ahead and add it. And I'm just choosing phone number. Perfect. So this form will help you to create any type of forms which you are in need of. This controls and this canvas will help you to create any type of forms, and each and every field which you are adding over here, like for example, whether if it is a customer name, you can validate this particular field as per your need with multiple settings over here. And if you want to give a theme for it, you can give a theme. And if you want to give a form background color, page background color, label colors, field border, anything can be done. So this ensures like these are all certain cosmetic things which helps you to enrich the form which you have created, even though if it is a public form or an internal form which you're going to use for your processes. And once you complete this, we have multiple controls over here. Let me give a glimpse about this control. Like if you want to use headings, text areas, paragraphs, chip controls, select option, multi-select option, autocomplete option, radio buttons, checkboxes, date and time, email, phone number, address, file upload option, hidden controls, image, card, divider, hyperlink, table controls, signature controls. If you want to connect with Azure, Microsoft Azure, you can choose the Azure's users, password, currencies, compute fields. Like if you want to perform arithmetic calculation on the form level, for example, like this field, in addition to this field, give answer on another field. So likewise, you can create your own you can perform arithmetic calculations on the compute fields using compute fields and teams and users and everything. So if you want to see a preview, you can see the preview. This is how the form will look like. It gives you the name like webinar form and everything. Exit preview. So I'm just going to save the form.